This is why I consume a Brazil nut every time I consume seafood. Of all foods, Brazil nuts have the highest content of selenium. In fact, one Brazil nut essentially has your RDA of selenium. And Brazil nuts aren't actually the type of edible beans, legumes, and nuts that you might want to snack on due to how much selenium it contains, because it could actually get you into a state of selenium toxicity. However, one Brazil nut per day is sufficient to get your daily selenium requirements. As you may know, the larger a fish is, the more mercury it accumulates. And the FDA does have fantastic lists of the best and worst choices for seafood when it comes to the consumption of mercury. However, it is very important to understand the role of selenium when it comes to safely ingesting and detoxifying mercury. Selenium assists in the safe detoxification and excretion of mercury at many different steps, including being a very important component of the enzymes that safely bind to it, neutralize it, and excrete it, helping to protect the DNA against damage induced by mercury, demethylating the more harmful methylmercury into a safer form that humans can safely move throughout their body and detoxify, having the capacity to actually bind to mercury like a magnet and prevent it from getting into cells and inducing damage, and actually allowing for the redistribution of mercury away from sensitive tissues such as the brain into tissues like the liver and kidneys, which main focus is the detoxification of mercury. Essentially, it's almost impossible to not have mercury in your daily life. And it's very difficult, if not impossible, to consume seafood without being exposed to a small amount of mercury. You can make the choices to consume low mercury fish, but personally I still safeguard this with the consumption of one Brazil nut. And if my diet is low in selenium for that day, consuming a singular Brazil nut is probably the cheapest and funnest selenium supplement you will ever ingest.